What's going on, AFL simulation owners and fans if you're out there? We have just concluded week one of AFL simulation. Had some fun games, had some good learnings. We'll talk about that later in the video. But for now, if you missed any action in AFL week one, we're going to go back and take a look at some of the action that took place on the field in week one of AFL simulation. And it started game one, Baltimore Ravens against the Miami Dolphins. Late in the fourth quarter, Baltimore's holding on to a 13-10 lead, but Jordan Howard powers his way into the end zone over the Ravens defense, and the Dolphins pull what maybe was the biggest upset of week one, 17-13 victory over the Ravens. In Philadelphia, NFC East rivals take the field as K-Will's Eagles went to battle with Prime's Washington Redskins. People made fun of the Eagles this offseason for not adding enough weapons, but one guy they did add was Marquise Goodwin. Nobody's going to catch him from behind. 95-yard touchdown pass. This one took 5 quarters to decide, but the Eagles get a 13-10 victory over the Redskins in Prime. In New England, life without Tom Brady began for Joker and the Patriots with Brian Hoyer under center, and it was not pretty. The Patriots failed to score a touchdown. They failed to score a single point all game. One of the low moments came right here as Hoyer threw an interception for a touchdown to Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the Steelers dominate the Patriots with Trump 23-0. The Steelers trounce the Patriots. Let's check in on Tom Brady. He made his Buccaneers debut against the San Francisco 49ers. The Bucs are run by Justin. The Niners are run by Danny. Brady also intercepted for a touchdown. On the receiving end of this was Fred Warner for the Niners. The Niners look just as dominant as last year, and they get a comfortable 21-8 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. In Seattle, Joe Burrow makes his debut against the Seahawks. Not an ideal place to come out and establish yourself as an NFL quarterback, but this one wasn't his fault. A lot of fumbles on this day. This one scooped up by KJ Wright. Seahawks all over the Bengals here. Burrow's going to have to wait until at least week number 2 to get that first victory. My Buffalo Bills take on Flip's Jets, and if you know anything about the Bills-Jets rivalry, its touchdowns are at a premium. Why are we showing you a punt? Because it's blocked by Marcus May. Picked up in the end zone by Matthias Farley, and that's the only touchdown of the day. The Jets beat the Bills 13-6. My heart is broken. Stokes' Minnesota Vikings take on Vane's Atlanta Falcons. Late in a tie game, Matt Ryan drops back and looks for who else but Julio Jones. Nobody's going to catch him on the Vikings defense. Julio Jones runs all the way to the end zone and runs the Falcons to a week 1 victory over the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Vane gets the victory 20-13. My nephew Noah's Colts take on Laura's Chargers. This game didn't have a lot of highlights, but one highlight that did happen was Kenny Moore intercepting Justin Herbert, who was making his debut. Moore picks it off and runs it back all the way to the end zone. This is a highlight here for the Colts, but this game didn't have a lot of them, as I mentioned earlier. This game ended in a tie. They went 5 quarters, couldn't decide a victory, and both teams get a tie in week number 1. Wah, wah, wah. A game that didn't end in a tie, even though it was tied late, is the Cleveland Browns and Gabe against Chef's Tennessee Titans, but Derrick Henry broke the tie with this plunge over the goal line in the fourth quarter, and the Titans get a big win over the Browns 17-10 in Cleveland. Luca's Arizona Cardinals, with DeAndre Hopkins making his debut for the Cardinals, go against Bailey's Detroit Lions. The Cardinals were all over the Lions in this game. Murray looked good, but the story here was a pick 6 by Byron Murphy, second-year cornerback for the Cardinals. Stafford had a rough day, and there wasn't a lot of offense to be had for the Lions. Only 7 points. Cardinals with a 22-7 victory over the Lions. Kimmy's Carolina Panthers, with Teddy Bridgewater making his debut, going against Bow's Rams. Rams are leading late. Bridgewater's trying to lead a comeback, but who else? Aaron Donald with the sack. 10-3, the Rams win. If you're noticing a lot of low scores, that is a theme we're going to get into later. One game that wasn't low scoring at all here was Magic's Houston Texans going against Nino's New Orleans Saints. But the difference in this game was, as Watson and Breeze were both excellent, is Watson did make a couple mistakes, including this interception for a touchdown to Marcus Williams. That was the difference, as the Saints win a shootout 30-23 over Magic's Texans. Another big upset here was Shams' Jacksonville Jaguars playing host to Cody's Kansas City Chiefs. Jaguars down by 3 late, but Gardner Minshew hits a long pass to DJ Chark, who sets the Jaguars up on the 3-yard line. Less than a minute to go, and Leonard Fournette plows into the end zone to give the Jaguars the victory. And the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs are upset. Andy Reid can't believe what he's seeing as the Jacksonville Jaguars get a 21-17 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. I did not see that coming. Two teams that loaded up on receivers in the draft did battle in week 1, but it was a defensive player that was the star of the show. Late in the game, Derek Carr looking to try to get the go-ahead touchdown, and Bradley Chubb, a pass rusher for the Broncos in coverage here, intercepts Derek Carr, and that is all it took to seal the game. 24-21, the Broncos defeat the Raiders. Broncos are run by Mega, the Raiders are run by Roman. RVD's Green Bay Packers down late against the Bears, and Cody take a lead here with Mercedes Lewis catching a touchdown over the middle from Aaron Rodgers, and the Bears defeat the Packers 17-13. Mitchell Trubisky did start that game for the Bears. And the last game of the week was Costa/E-Dubs New York Giants taking on Fisher's Dallas Cowboys. Look at this play by Golden Tate. Catches the ball over the middle. Two safeties have a shot at him. Boom! Neither one of them get him down to the ground. He runs into the end zone. Looks like a bowling ball, and the Dallas Cowboys were bowling pins. And the Giants with an upset victory over the Cowboys, 13-6, and they get in the win column for week number 1. Alright guys, a couple of updates to get to before I get out of here. First of all, we are going to switch to 8-minute quarters. I put a poll up on Facebook on Saturday, and that was the overwhelming majority in favor of going to 8-minute quarters. Just a bunch of low scores from week 1. Going to try to get the statistics to line up a little more accurately with what the real NFL has. Update number 2, week 2 is going to start on Tuesday. I will be sending out a schedule tonight at some point, and you will find out when your team takes the field for week 2. Thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and we'll see you guys next time.